Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome. 12 Rounds TV here, my amateur boxing commentary channel here on YouTube. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about Freddie Roach. Some of you guys probably don't know him, but most, if you know Pacquiao, then you know Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach is Manny Pacquiao's trainer. The thing I want to talk to you guys about is a news that came on about a couple hours ago. Freddie Roach had said something about his disease, which is the Parkinson's disease, and suicide. Little bit of background on Freddie Roach. He used to be a boxer himself. Freddie Roach is 55 years old. He's got a total fights of 53, 40 wins, 15 KOs, 13 losses, no draws, no contest. Freddie Roach said Freddie Roach's first fight was in 1978, August 24th, against Roberto Vasquez. And they fought in Massachusetts, Boston Garden. Freddie Roach is known to be one of the best trainers out there. He's been around Las Vegas all his life. He's worked as telemarketing busboy before. He says over here before taking a job with his former trainer and mentor Eddie Futch. Says over here in the title of the news that came on, Freddie Roach. He said that preparing for Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather fight saved him from suicide. Well, that's some serious stuff. When I read about this, and I thought I'd share it with you guys, and for those out there that has the same disease, that's taking medications, you know, those things always have some side effects, very bad, and we hate to lose people like Freddie Roach and others because of such a disease. As we all know, that medications sometimes tend to not cure but treat certain diseases, but also have a very bad side effect. So a little bittersweet, yeah? It's a bittersweet. It says over here that Freddie Roach, he said his, quote unquote, he said that I never have a day off. Says that in a break from training at the Wild Card Gym, which he runs in Hollywood, California, he said that, quote, like I said, unquote, he said that my girlfriend's going to leave me. I'm in the gym every day. It's part of life. Instead of taking vacation, I like what I do. My vacations are right here. So pretty much what he's saying is that boxing is his life, you know, from start until now. Obviously, he's not boxing anymore, but he is around it. He's a coach. I hope that Freddie Roach, you know, cope well with his disease. He's had Parkinson's disease for 23 years, since 1992, I believe. But he maintains his sharpness through boxing, through training with Manny Pacquiao. Freddie Roach also mentioned that he don't get too sick. He don't get sick too often, and that if he's sick, he just goes to the gym, and it goes away. You know, Freddie Roach, he said here that sometimes he wakes up and think, why the F did he pick me? Or why the F did Parkinson's disease pick him? Well, that's life. We don't know what we're going to get. You know, some of us are very fortunate not to have any kinds of sickness, diseases. Some of us, unfortunately, do. You know, with Parkinson's disease, the medication that it says over here that he's taking, it creates some sort of a depression. And that's very dangerous. Why? If you guys recall, Robin Williams passed away last year because of medication through suicide. They said, don't quote me on it, but they said news was because of his medication that made him commit the suicide. Freddie Roach said that when he's feeling down and he doesn't feel well, when he wakes up some days, he just goes to the gym and he goes away. I guess sometimes you just gotta keep yourself busy. You can't just stay at home and lay in bed. That makes people go crazy, especially if you have a disease and you're taking some medication. Very sad. I thought I'd share with you guys about this. That he said he often talked to his neurologist, and he told him that sometimes he thinks about killing himself. No good, right? Sucks. And he says that his neurologist asked him often, said that why? And to be honest, he just says it's just effing difficult sometimes dealing with Parkinson's disease. He said he talked about, you know, seeing a psychologist. But he says over here, after all of this, he said he's just kidding. He's not thinking of committing suicide. He said he's too weak for that. He's too scared to do that. But when a person mentions that word suicide, it's something that we need to, you know, especially people that are close to him, around him, you ought to take that serious. And you got to watch the guy, especially if you care about him. You know, sometimes it's really not their fault. It's the medication that makes him do that, makes him think that, makes you go crazy, right? Like I said, I'm just sharing with you guys a little bit about Freddie Roach and his disease. He said that he was diagnosed in '92, a very, very long time ago, over 20 years, 23 years. You know, once you have Parkinson's disease, you have it. Muhammad Ali has him too. A lot of good men have had this disease, and some cope well and some don't. Freddie Roach is a good guy, from what I hear. A little bit about his boxing career. He was rated at featherweight, super featherweight, lightweight, and he's got a few nicknames if you guys want to know. Master Roach, La Cucaracha, and the Choir Boy. You know, Parkinson's disease is no joke. It's very noticeable too. It's not like something you can hide from people, you know. Once you have Parkinson's disease, especially if you have mid to worst case, there's no way of hiding it. But he's doing really well though for a guy that's having Parkinson's disease for over 20 years. He's doing really well, but I just didn't like when this news came on, and I'm sure he opened up a little bit about, you know, him thinking suicide. Very, very difficult. And I'm sure if some of you guys that are watching this video and know someone, someone close to you or friends, families, that have had disease in past or has the disease at the moment, you know what I'm talking about. You know, I've never had anybody in my family that had has or had Parkinson's disease, but I've seen people that has this disease, and it's difficult, man. It's very difficult. And I hope that Freddie Roach is not serious about, committing suicide, because Freddie Roach, we got a boxing match to win. But all jokes aside, I hope Freddie Roach, copes with it well as he is, and don't do anything stupid, right? Maybe some medication's too strong for him. Maybe he ought to back away a little bit, or talk to the doctor and say, you know what, this is a little too strong. It's making me depressed. Stuff like that. And, if you guys have any inputs, please comment down below. Any questions, concerns, or just plain conversation, comment down below and we'll go back and forth. But I thought I'd share with you guys a little bit about what the news said about Freddie Roach and suicide. It's mentioned a couple of times that he think about committing suicide every time. Sometimes he wakes up, but he said he's not serious about it. But that's possible, right? You never know what one person is gonna do, how they wake up in the morning, especially if they're taking medication. Like I said, Robin Williams. Did you guys know that Freddie Roach's best payday was $7,500? That was back in the 70s, 80s, 70s. His last fight was 1986, October 86. That was a majority decision. He lost to David Rivelio. They fought in Massachusetts also, Lowell Auditorium. Freddie Roach is also a boxing coach of former UFC welterweight champion, or George St. Pierre. Manny Pacquiao, obviously. Miguel Cotto, yeah, we know that. And Amir Khan. He coached Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. as well. So he's been around. Freddie Roach is known. He's been around. He's wealthy. Freddie Roach is a very wealthy guy. I believe he doesn't have no wife or kids. I don't think so. But yeah, Freddie Roach, man, I hope that, like I said, he's not serious about committing suicide. Guy's 55 years old. Gets up every day with Manny Pacquiao, probably. Keep him busy. And I'm sure Manny Pacquiao and his friends around him, talks to him as well. Especially if this news came on. I'm sure a lot of people have talked to him that suicide is not debated. It's not the way to go. That's. It's funny it says over here that, he says, I don't want my boxers to box like me. Maybe he thought, he said, I suck at boxing. Actually, I've seen some clips of Freddie Roach's fight. It's on YouTube, by the way. If you search Freddie Roach boxing matches on YouTube, you'll find some. Some of them are black and white, I believe. Or maybe not. I can't remember. But I've seen some. He was really skinny dude. I mean, he was featherweight, flyweight. He was really skinny dude, but he could box. I mean, he wasn't the greatest or champ. He wasn't the greatest, but he's a great boxing coach. That's for sure. I mean, he's trained a lot. As a matter of fact, did you guys know that since he started training and coaching Cotto looked good, man. The past two fights that I saw Cotto fought, can't remember the other one, but the one was with Martinez. Man, he looked great. He looked great. I mean, yeah, Martinez didn't have the knee. I mean, the knee was bust. He had a busted knee, but still, even I think with a perfect knee, Martinez wouldn't stand a chance. I mean, Cotto was solid, bros. He looked solid. I I wouldn't want him to rematch with Mayweather or Pacquiao, man. It might be a different result. That's just my opinion, though. I really thought that Cotto was gonna fight Canelo Alvarez, but I guess Canelo Alvarez comes Cinco de Mayo, May 5th. He's fighting another kid. What's his face? Can't remember right now. A good kid that had some personal issues, but he's back on track, I guess. But yeah, guys, I thought I'd share with you guys a little bit about Freddie Roach and his Parkinson's disease, and that he's mentioning of thoughts, maybe he's joking, thoughts of committing suicide. Like I said, hope not, Freddie Roach. We got a boxing match to win comes May 2nd. But yeah, any comments, concerns, questions, please comment down below. Just simple conversation. Comment down below and we'll talk about it. And then, like I said, if you guys have any families, friends that have the same issue, same problem dealing with, you know, you gotta help them out, cope with the disease, and you know, keep an eye on them to make sure that they don't do anything crazy, because one lost life is too many. But yeah, there you go, guys. And like I said, thank you for watching my videos, and stay tuned for more. Please subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.